I just need it. It is my absolute oxygen. It is my fuel, and it brings me so much internal pleasure. It's fucking crazy. Today is October 14th, 2018, and it is Reflections 14. It's cool to think, actually at this point, I think this will be my longest streak with doing them consistently so after I hit 15, this will be a streak of 8 in a row, and I stopped last time at 7. I did 1 to 7 in a consistent week, and what's good about this time is I'm actually consistently posting them. Like, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close to consistent. I still have yet to post 12 and up, but I'm excited. So let's get into this. It's gonna be back and in my home base, and let's fucking do this. I worked out in a gym last week, and that was super interesting. It's very weird. It was very weird for me. So I was doing Greek God, and I did 2 days of Greek God in an actual gym. It was cool. It was nice to see all of the equipment and to use some of it and just dip my toe into the water of the gym life, if you will. It was super strange. I was very uncomfortable by the whole thing, but the reality is putting myself in those situations of being uncomfortable is where growth occurs. And if I choose to someday, like, I'll get into that place where it'll be very easy to be working out in front of others. I think for me, a part of it was like, the part of it was gym etiquette, because I don't know gym etiquette. So I was like not wanting to fuck up other people's experiences because I'm a rookie in the gym. And another part of it is being okay with fucking up in front of other people, which I still have resistance around. So that was where a lot of my gym challenges came from. And it was good though. I'm glad I did it. Shout out to Alan and Josh for being there with me. Josh on both days, Alan on the first, for being my gym buddies, because I was fucking dying on the inside. I was so scared. So but it was good to experience what that was like. So I appreciated that. Worked on a decent amount of a gift in print, which is, again, my website. Sorry, not my website, my Nana's website, and building the website for that. And worked on a lot of random things inside of that. And I'm enjoying that a lot. It's really just cool to craft UIs. I just enjoy it so much. Building UIs is just a lot of fun for me. The design aspect of it, the coding aspect of it, it's all just really cool. Like little things like creating so it's going to be painting. So I created like this grid box of like all of the paintings, and you hover over it and then you can see the title and the artist, and then there's like a nice gradient behind it. So it's like you can see the title and the artist, and then you can click on it and then it pops up with a new thing, which is and then it selects it dynamically, which is like the functionality part on my side, obviously. And things like what happens when you click on the image when it pops up, and how it zooms, and how do you unzoom it, and just a bunch of random things in regards to that website. But I'm really enjoying how it's coming out. It's working really well. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. Doing my power list every day despite being on a trip. So yeah, we drove up to Montreal. Is it up? It is up. We drove up to Montreal on Saturday night of last week, and then we came home, and last week meaning like October 6th, and then we got home Friday night. So that ended up being a really long fucking trip. And every day, despite like how easy it would be so easy to just not work, to not complete my power list on a daily basis. But I just know how important it is to me to move forward every single day, and to push the needle forward, and to progress, and to grow. And I know that if I don't do that, first of all, my mood is like fucked, because I'm like, I know I am losing that day. I know I'm also wasting my potential in a given day if I'm not moving forward. So to actually to there was many times where I could have easily failed the power list on a given day, but I just like pushed forward, stayed up later, and hacked between times. Like, there was a lot of time where I was spending in the car on my laptop. Didn't get the most done in those times, but I was still like trying to hack my time and like create productivity in places that wouldn't necessarily have productivity, and just doing what I could when I could, and to make sure I fucking finished that power list every single day. As much as it would have been easy to go to bed, like I was fucking exhausted some of these times, and just there was a bunch of different like challenges that could have set me back, but just making sure I completed it because I know how important it is to me and to my vision. Yeah, just looking at this right now, I did not get a ton done because a lot of it was spent hanging out. Thankfully, I did do my power list every day, but that's still, if you're not doing more than your power list, you're really not getting a ton done. So that was the case this week. I didn't really do anything outside of my power list because time was limited, and I spent the remaining hours hanging out and chilling and building friendships and experiencing. There wasn't actually a ton of experiencing, but there was definitely building friendships and furthering existing friendships. So that was cool. So with Infinity, I've started doing things for the website. I've obviously the form stuff that I was talking about previously, the working on the exactly what's going to go on the website, how it's going to look on the index, for example, what it's going to behave like, what is going to be included on each page, and random little things that, just working on that website, because that is going to be like the home base for everything non-material source energy medicine. Minimal work has been done on lists, but I'm still making progress in that regard. So one step at a time, I guess. Going a month and a half or so without watching TV or movies. Felt so good. Just broke it last night as I watched Walking Dead because that's now back on. So, it was good though. It's amazing how much TV hijacks your mind and like creates artificial like dopamine and a bunch of other different chemicals, and just, I mean, I love stories so much, but what's more important is my story. So in order to, like, if I'm sitting in front of the TV, I am by definition buying into someone else's story rather than mine. And of course there's time for that with escapism and just like recharging and stuff like that, but all the time is exhausting. Too much. I mean, I don't really want to watch more than an hour of TV a week, maybe a movie. So maybe like a show, and I just cannot watch new TV though and stuff like that. Sorry, I can't watch new shows because I know I'll fucking be obsessed with it because I love stories so much. So, fuck TV, you suck. I like movies more, but I can't stop watching Walking Dead and The 100. So new episodes, that is all I basically tolerate for that, because TV is my fucking enemy because I don't like people stealing my time. Talking less when asked a question. I, for some reason, like to talk more than I need to sometimes when I'm asked a question, and I don't like it. It's gotta change. It sounds really fucking stupid. Slightly related to that, I don't have to answer any fucking question. Like, I think that we forget that if someone asks us a question, we do not require responding. It's just, I don't know, it's something that's built into us, hardwired or something like that, but there's just this sense that we need to respond, and we don't actually need to respond to anything. But yeah, so it's important that I remind myself of that in those moments where I don't want to respond, but I do anyways, just because of whatever. There's many reasons, but I don't have to respond to fucking shit. Neither do you. Like, we forget this. Documenting more. I struggle sometimes with just getting on camera and purely documenting because I really, really, really want to bring value with every video and every piece of content I'm creating. I don't want to be just like so focused on me. I want to make sure that I am providing some sort of informational or mindset value or tactic value in every content I'm creating. But there are more things than that in terms of value, meaning I like watching people's journeys so much, but I sometimes I sometimes neglect to properly document mine. Like, I hold so much of my pure documentation back from the world because I'm not sure how much that actually brings people value. And I'm not sure how much people actually care about that. But even yesterday, I decided to just hop on camera and talk about one lesson, and it ended up me just talking about random content things and my mindset around it and stuff like that. And that actually can bring people value. I also don't want to be this person that just is documenting and it seems like this approval seeking thing. So maybe I say hitting the grind or da la la or something about working late or working earlier. I don't really work early, but working late at night or whatever, and entrepreneurship and blah blah blah. I don't really want to do that. It doesn't feel great. So I definitely have some resistance right now to documenting properly, and I want to do a better job of just getting on camera and talking. I don't need to post it even if it doesn't actually bring value, but just the sheer act of having it on camera and it being pushed into a drive where I can access it later is super fucking helpful. Even if nothing more than just accessing it later just to watch it myself is just super interesting. Working on Josh Moxie Radio and Gems. I still haven't done fucking shit since I talked about this 2 weeks ago. I really want to. This is a really important project to me, but I just keep fucking procrastinating on it, and it just keeps getting pushed ahead, pushed back for other things, and it's irritating because I really want to publicize, is that the correct word? I think so. Publicize this project, but I haven't put in the fucking work to do so. So it's a little bit irritating, not gonna lie, as you can see on my face. Working on content more. While I was in Montreal, I basically punted content. I had such a minimal effort towards the content area. Most of it went towards a gift and print, lists, and Infinity as my main tasks, and of course other things, but those were the main three. And I basically did almost nothing in content area, and it was just pure laziness and pure wanting to. I can't multitask when I'm doing content. I can kind of multitask when I'm coding because I have been doing it long enough. But so that's why I did that. And this week I've really got to get shit fast with content because I'm behind on a lot of things. Working even more and getting even more shit done. I obviously with Montreal I can only do so much when I'm on this trip because I'm with other people. That's a big part of my challenge with trips and stuff like that. Is a perfect day for me is getting up and working all fucking day, until I basically go to bed. A day that is purposefully spent. I mean, a perfect day is one in which I am fully aligned with my vision and my goals and my mission and everything are wrapped into that. My actions are in direct correlation to those things right there, and taking that purposeful action actually gives more energy rather than takes away. So I'm able to go all day. I'm able to go all day when I'm dialed in like that, and that's a fucking great day for me. Of course, people are awesome as well, but a perfect day for me is absolutely just work. And it's not even about work per se. It's just about purposeful action. It's such an incredible feeling. I love the process on a day-to-day. I love the grind, but it doesn't feel like the grind. I like the grind when it's aligned with where exactly I want to be and where I want to go. It doesn't feel like hard work. It's very flow. And that sounds super woo-woo, but it's not. It just feels fucking right. And you take the action and shit magically happens and it's fucking awesome. Going back to my trip a little bit. If I'm on a trip, the most ideal thing for me is to have a headquarters. I know I start freaking out when I need to repack and move places. It causes me a lot of stress and anxiety. I'd rather just lock down in one location, especially because of my food situation and the gains is just a big part of my life right now. So stuff like that for me right now. I need a fucking headquarters wherever I'm going. That's super important. Kind of related to that. 6 days, cannot do again. That was way too much time for me. I just enjoy the day-to-day way too much. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the grind. I enjoy my routines. I enjoy working. Like, all of this stuff is way more enjoyable to me. So it gets fucked up when I'm away from it too long. And like, even on like, literally on Tuesday, I was ready to come home because I wanted to have full days of working. 'Cause I just need it. It is my absolute oxygen. It is my fuel. And it brings me so much internal pleasure. It's fucking crazy. And it's not like from Tuesday on I didn't enjoy. I absolutely did. I had a really good time from Tuesday on. But I really just knew in my heart that I was like, I should be at home working right now. Because there is an absolute urgent reason for me to be at home right now. And I am sitting here chilling in Montreal. So as much fun as it was, I also knew in the back of my mind that I probably should have been at home working. So it's there was just a fine balance there and doing what I could within those hours where I was working and just making sure I was still moving the ball forward on a daily basis. Yeah, it's okay to just go on video and just talk. I covered this a little bit before in Better, but it is totally cool to just get the camera going, point it at you, and start recording and just talking about whatever. It doesn't need to be this crazy lesson every time. There is definitely value in talking about the journey. Like, there's a reason why Gary Vaynerchuk, for example, does this. It's part of me wants to always teach a big lesson or share a big concept or provide one of my experiences or whatever. But sometimes it can just be good to just talk about like minimal, not in a sense that is something like talking about nothing, but in more of a purely just talking about the journey and how I'm feeling in that moment. And this can create some sort of almost like environmental exposure that snaps other people out if they see it. For example, my dues paid pictures on Instagram. After I do a weight training session, which is 3 times a week, I post a picture that says dues paid. Okay, pretty fucking simple. And I'm documenting that fact that I'm paying my dues on a weekly basis 3 times without missing. And I haven't missed in literally 6 months. It's awesome. I respect the shit out of it. And this is a way of like subconsciously guilting people into working out themselves, knowing that this dude is working out on a consistent basis. That means I should also be doing this. And I mean, that's up for fucking debate, but it's like almost a, if I can do it, so can you type of thing. And yeah, so there's definitely absolutely value in documenting the journey. I just need to figure out ways of doing it more that feel aligned with me and not so, I just don't want people to think I'm like approval seeking just because I'm posting something out to document. It's not at all my intent. So I just don't want that to happen. Making fun of people in a way that's like actually loving is such a great way of building rapport. It's phenomenal. When it's done from a good place and not like a mean place, but rather just like a friendly way of building a connection. I don't really know how else to put it. It's exactly what it does. What's great about it is that, first of all, it seems like it would kill the relationship, but it actually doesn't. It because you're breaking rapport, it like builds rapport. Especially early. If you do this early on, it's really, really helpful because it almost like subconsciously implies that even though you don't know this person, you do know this person, because people who do get closer and have rapport break rapport. And that breaking rapport meaning like making fun of each other and stuff like that. And doing this with other people that you just met is super cool because, first of all, it builds rapport by breaking rapport, which makes no fucking sense, I'm aware. We'll push that to the side for a second, but it just does. And then secondly, it also shows you who can handle it and who can't. And if they can't fucking handle it, why would you want to be friends with them? So it really speeds up the curve, if you will, on finding out who is actually worth your time and who isn't. So it's a very like quick filter, if you will. It is no fun to be corrected 24/7. and I experienced this with a friend on my trip, I felt like I was always being corrected, and I felt like at all times he wanted to like subconsciously debate with me, and I don't want to fucking sit there and debate. It's just a waste of energy and time. So like there was just a lot of obvious shit that he was saying, and I'm just like, dude, can we not fucking do the semantics right now? You know what the fuck I'm saying? And I also do this with people, so I'm like, oh my god, I'm doing this to other people. Fuck, I'm probably causing them so much irritation and just like a less than ideal experience. So I was realizing, I'm like, fuck, I've got to figure out ways of doing this differently because I don't want to create this type of situation for other people. This whole like obsession with being right is a great and an awful thing simultaneously. For me, I'm obsessed with being right. So I had to find ways of balancing it with not sitting there and just trying to be right 24/7 in relation to other people. There are healthier ways of doing it, which I have not figured out yet, but I just realized that I can't continue doing this like obsessive being right thing. It's very exhausting to be around. Just to be clear, I like talk to him a little bit about this so he knows. Also related, with the same person, I found I was being interrupted by him a lot, and that drives me up the fucking walls. And what's funny about that as well is I also do the same fucking thing. I interrupt people, so because I like can understand what they're saying before they fucking say it with some things. And there's a lot of ego in that statement, I'm aware. And there is ego, and there's also truth to that. So it's a fine balance between the two, because at times, yes, of course, I'm not going to get everything they're saying right, but generally speaking, I can figure out what people are saying pretty fucking fast. So with that though, it's such a shitty feeling being cut off. You just super don't feel like you're being heard, and it's no fun at all. So like for me, I had to figure out ways of doing this that don't make people feel unheard and allow people to actually talk without interrupting them, because I know how fucking irritating and annoying it is. The reality is, if I want to be a better listener, I need to shut the fuck up and just listen. So, has to be done. As irritating as it is sometimes to me just to listen to this fucking huge story and everything, it is required if you want to be a good listener. What am I obsessed with right now? Pumpkin pie. Okay, it is Thanksgiving time in Canada right now, and I'm having pie almost daily. It's great. Thank God for the Kino Body lifestyle in terms of diet, because we don't give a fuck and we eat shit like that. Greg, for example, eats 500 calories of chocolate every day, so I can definitely eat some pie every day. I also loved Bad Clat Campers, and that's a song, by the way. Bad Clat being the artist, Campers being the song. And I've played this like 40 times this week. It is fucking phenomenal. So filthy. I've been playing this on loop since Monday, and it is just so damn good. Also my bench press song right now. And it is just so fucking filthy, man. I love it so much. All right, that has been Reflections 14, and hopefully next week we can keep up the streak, and we should be able to, which is great, and keep fucking dominating with this, because it's going actually surprisingly well. So I'm quite pleased with how this is all coming out. All right, what can I say? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. This has been hopefully a good episode. I hope I brought you value in some aspect. If you did find value, if you've enjoyed a lesson, if you enjoyed a topic I talked about, let me know. Leave a comment or a rating or a review, or give me a like, or whatever feedback you feel this deserved. Whether that's a positive or a negative, it's totally up to you. Anyways, I just appreciate you so much consuming this. It's fucking cool as hell to me. Never gets old to hear people actually watching the whole thing or whatever. It's fucking insane. Love it so much. All right, my name is Josh Moxie, and I will catch you later.